Welcome to the Wheel of Life and the new moon in Capricorn for 2024. So let's take a dive into what the Wheel of Life is and how this new moon is going to affect us. But we'll start with what is the Wheel of Life. You may well have heard of it. You probably have heard of it. It's a coaching tool. You can use it on your own or with a coach, mentor, or in some kind of accountability group. And you'll see in a moment that it's a visual representation of kind of where you are in life. And it's a great opportunity to reflect and then decide what you're going to do. So it gives you a picture of your current state. And when you look at it, you'll start to see where you feel balanced or not balanced, or where you want to take action. So this is my Wheel of Life. So I've got 8 areas, and what I do is I map it out with my Wheel of Life coaching workbook, and then I stick it in a spreadsheet. So this is, I think it's called a radar graph. So every time I put anything in, I get a really quick visual of where I am now. We're in January 2024. I spent most of December with this horrible, in fact most of December and the beginning of January, with this horrible bug-lurgy thing that was going around. So my physical health took a real nosedive, and so I decided that at least for this month, maybe next month, my physical health is going to be my focus. Also because of that, I didn't get any of my professional stuff done. I didn't do anything. Like many people, I rested. So they're my 2 focus areas, but you can see the shape of my wheel. So when I put this in my spreadsheet, so I've got my workbook, I've got my spreadsheet, I can see immediately kind of where I am and how I'm going to progress through the year. So what you need to do is, when you look at your Wheel of Life, you can see you've got 1 to 10. You rate it. How do you feel? And this has got nothing to do with anybody else. So if someone said they were a 10 in mental health, so they're feeling amazing, and you felt an 8, actually you might be the same, but it's how you feel. So whatever numbers you use have got nothing to do with anyone else. It's your assessment. So you score the areas 1 to 10. It's a snapshot of where you are right now. So I do this at the beginning of the month. It's now a new moon. It's a great time to reflect. Have I actually done, achieved, started any of my goals? Whew. Yes, I have. Thank goodness for that. I've done quite a lot, actually. And that's another thing. We forget to acknowledge what we've done. You know, we set these goals, we do these things, and then we forget. We need to remember how much we've achieved. It's January the 11th. I have done absolutely massive since the beginning of the year, and I don't give myself credit for it. So I'm going to. Pat on the shoulder. So look for those imbalances. You need to be really honest with yourself, and think about what do the imbalances mean. So my health went like that. I could hardly, I didn't do any work. I just rested. So you can see that the imbalance. So I need to build my immune system so that I can do all the things that I want to do. So look at it and be really honest with yourself. So what I often find is I'll have 2 things that are the key things for me. And if I sort this out, it'll help me do that. It really is quite simple. What the wheel does as well, it enables you to set goals and do your action planning. So you can work with a coach or on your own to set those goals. I think it's always good to have an accountability partner, and then you create your action plan for getting things done. So when you look at it, you can see what the wheel looks like, you see what needs to be done, you set goals, take action. Fantastic. And the reason I put my stuff into a spreadsheet and create charts is I'm visual, so I've got this visual representation of all my months on a page in a spreadsheet. Yes, I've also got it in my Wheel of Life workbook, but then I have to flick over the pages. So I like to have my spreadsheet as well as my workbook. So you've got this great visual representation of what is going on. And when you look at those things, you can really feel into the energy, and it gives you an opportunity to evaluate and reassess your goals and where you are and what you want. So that's a fly through of the Wheel of Life. So let's look at the moon in Capricorn. I am not going into like any depth about what planets and how the planets are affecting us or anything like that. Everything I do is broad brush strokes. I go off and I do the research, and then I come back and say, what does that actually mean in terms of getting things done? So I like to plan with the moon, and I also like to work with astrology. So my new year will start on around about March the 20th. But lunar planning means it flows with our natural energy. So there's 8 main lunar phases. Each of them last about 3.5 days, and it's 29.5 days from one new moon to the next. Personally, I wouldn't worry about it, because if you're monitoring and keeping track of things that you're doing, what you'll find is over a period of time, when you look at your goals and what you and where you've achieved things, and you look at where the lunar phase is, you will start to learn what works best for you. So, you can have everyone else's tools and planning guides and whatever else. If you start to monitor things, so start off with, this is the structure, this is what it says, and then find out what your natural flow is. And then you can plan and work to your flow. So the moon moves through these 8 phases, but it also goes through all the signs of the zodiac. So we're currently in Capricorn. So new moons are considered as great times for new beginnings, brainstorming, planning, setting goals, launching projects, or laying the groundwork for something that you do want to launch. So if you're going to start, for example, a passion project, brainstorm it, plan it, set some goals, and think about what's a good day to start. And you'll know when you understand your natural flow. So this Capricorn moon is Earth. Earth is very, very grounding. So Capricorn is known for responsibility, discipline, long-term planning and grounding. So, get out in Mother Nature, sit with your goals and plans and ground yourself before you make any decisions, and shed those old patterns. Now, I used to have a partner who was a Capricorn, and I used to call him a stubborn old goat. And I think that if I take that analogy of the stubborn old goat, sometimes we can we know we've got to do these things. We know we need the discipline and we need to take responsibility, but we behave like stubborn old goats and we don't do it. So we need to, I'm not going to say throw the goat because that's very cruel, but we need to move away from that kind of stubbornness and stuckness and just dive in and get on with it. So that's a flying overview of Capricorn and the new moon. So Capricorn is also connected with our root chakra. So we have 7 main chakras. We have a lot more, but 7 main. And the root is down the bottom, kind of at the base of your spine. So it's about creating foundations. Well, blow me over with a feather. We're in Capricorn. It's a new moon. It's January 2024. What do we want to do? We want to create foundations, and we want to set in place that we have a right to be here doing the things that we're doing. So we want to feel safe and secure. So this is a great time to think about building those foundations to manifest what you want in life. That's it. So in terms of the root chakra, it's responsible for a number of things. These are some key things: survival, security, safety, money and finances. We're setting some foundations, physical health and well-being. So if I look at my wheel of life, the areas that I've chosen, spot on for the root chakra. So this is a great time, like I say, to ground, connect with Mother Earth. And, you know, when you're meditating, think of those beautiful earth colours that you can, you know, bring up through your roots into your body that connect you with Mother Earth. So we're connecting and bringing in that flow, that lovely grounding flow from Mother Earth. So what does it mean to be grounded? It's about feeling connected to you, kind of feeling connected to the present moment. So for me, I mean, I've got 2 dogs. I love being outside, but they do come and nag me. So we do about 4 walks a day. So I love being in nature, but you could do an Epsom salt bath. You could put your feet in a bowl of warm, not hot water, with Epsom salts. You know, just put your feet on the earth. I'm not going to do it because it's very rocky around here. Go and sit outside and write if you can. Now I know January typically is not great for being outside. It's a bit wet and cold. But if you can, if you've got a conservatory or a sun house or something like that, go and sit kind of warm and also in nature. So, nutshell, foundations, let go, create some really great meaningful goals that align with your values. Remember that discipline and responsibility. You've got to do it, because if you don't do it, no one else is going to. Get rid of anything that kind of stands in your way and really embrace this time as a great time to kind of stand in your power, be grounded and get out there and do it. It went the wrong way. So let's review the Wheel of Life and goals. So go and get your Wheel of Life if you haven't done it. If you go to my website, you can see a little tab that says get yourself coaching tools, and there's a Wheel of Life there. So get yours, review it, recommit again to getting things done, and think about making sure your actions and decisions aligned with your values, kind of like your true self and your higher purpose. So one of the things about goals is, and this was me, I used to be like, I am not setting goals, I'm not doing resolutions, not doing any of those things. And actually what I found is I didn't know how I would make goal setting work. So I don't like strict rules. I like to plan. I love doing all the planning. I am really, really strategic. And then I like to flow with it. And I have to make myself do things. So I know how I get things done. And it's like I truly, you know, I can't map out my calendar and have my calendar full of stuff. It's literally, I know I have to make myself do it. And I'm very flexible, I'm very creative, but I still have to make myself do it. So, you know, don't tell me what to do, I can do that for myself. So find your way of doing goals. So look at different ways of doing it. You could take, you know, several different methods from other people and mash them all together, make it work for you. You know, whether you're detailed or a big picture person, when you know your style, you'll know how to get things done. I am big picture, and when I've done a big picture, I like to break it down, and then it's like, oh my God, let's just get that off my list. So the other thing to have a look at, and I think this is this is what's worked for me. I did the Clifton Strengths Finder, discovered my 5 top strengths. It makes doing things so much easier. When you are working on your wheel of life or your goal setting or whatever it is, think about your mind-body connection. So if you were to look at your wheel and you were to set some goals and all of a sudden you thought, this is not going to work for me, then you know that it doesn't work. You know, you can feel that it doesn't work. So what I'm going to suggest is you get yourself into a good mindset, like meditation or going for a walk, before you start doing any of this. So feel into, like for me, I feel it here. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. So feel into the energy. Now, the other thing that I do, and I haven't got any post-it notes, to hand. I do. I've got some big ones. Let's go. So I do something called a sway test. So a sway test is stand with your feet hip width apart. I can't show you because I've got no space. And what you basically do is get yourself grounded, leave your arms by the side of your body and ask to be shown your yes. I normally go forward, ask to see your no, and you might also have a maybe, and just keep testing it. Make sure you're hydrated before you do it. So what I do is when I've got a list of things that I've got to do and I can't think of what the priority is and my mind is full of mush, I write loads of stuff down on post-it notes, all the same colour, fold them all up, and what I normally do is chuck them on the floor and then I stand on them and I say, is this the right decision for me now? Oh, no. Is this the right one? No. Is this my priority? Yes. So I put that in my priority pile and then I have a look. So if I end up, so let's say I've written 8 things, I end up with 3 things that somehow manage to be a priority, then I'll hold each one and say, is this the first thing? Yes. Great. Is this the first thing? No. You've got your order. So that's what I do. So trust those feelings and you will make more authentic and fulfilling choices. You will. It works every time. I love it. I invite you to do it. So it's going to be a blend of strategy and intuition. Also, I think as well, creativity and making sure you're grounded. So what we want to do is use this period, this new moon, to create the foundations for success. So review your wheel of life and your goals. Do check in with your energy and your mind-body connection and go for it. Don't forget, break everything down into manageable chunks and create a timeline. You can always do your timeline with your post-it notes and stand on it and say, is this the right thing to do whenever? Remember how you get things done and embrace the discipline of Capricorn to stay on track, and really good luck. Also, remember to, I think the biggest thing on here is celebrate your victories, all those successes, and think about your self-care. They're my top tips. So, say goodbye to 2023. If you go to my website, there's self-coaching tools, and there's a whole load of tools, and there's another video on YouTube that you can have a look at. And I would love you to come to one of my Wheel of Life workshops. So head to daledarley.com and look at the Wheel of Life workshop, and we'll do a load more of stuff, including some of the things that I've talked about today.